Sports. I'm Alex.
I'm Danny.
And in today's segment, we are going to be talking about our early power rankings for this upcoming season in the NFL. And I would like to start with Danny here. What is your going to be?
Valid points there. So my top 5, getting into the number 5 team. We saw them a week ago. It's the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that they will draft some protection, but I think in the early going, that protection is not going to have a lot of experience. And I just think that Cincinnati is going to be a good team. I think they're going to get better and better, but I think that they sort of got hot in this playoff run, and they squeaked out a few close victories. And I just, when you get into the top 5 teams, it's just hard. You're splitting hairs, and I just like 4 teams a little bit more than I like Cincinnati, but I think they're a great team, and they're number 5 on my list.
Number 5 on your list, bud.
Number 5.
And now I'm trying to question your entire list here. Your entire list is validation here. Cincinnati made it past Kansas City in the playoffs this year, and they made it to the prize of all the league, the Super Bowl. Yeah, they might have questions on their offensive line, but for their offense and the defense, for the most part, there's no questions to me. They can't be number 1 team.
Yeah, it certainly could be. We'll have to see, but I'm sticking to my guns. They're going to be numero cinco. So number 4 for me is the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me tell you why.
Oh.
They're an offensive juggernaut. They've got Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Miko Hardman's got a lot of speed. Their defense is maybe not the best in the NFL, but it's certainly at least average, if not better than average. And I think they're going to make the wise offseason move of banning Jackson Mahomes and the fiance from the stadium, which I think could catapult them into a whole new level of efficiency, because with those 2 knuckleheads not spraying champagne on people or doing the TikTok video, I think they could really that could really help the team chemistry out for sure.
Yeah, and to bring up Jackson and the fiance, I saw that Pat Mahomes had a sit-down meeting with both of them and told them they can't go to the games anymore. But yeah, I would think that they could at least let them go to their first game and maybe have them do some sort of moronic thing so the team can kick them out.
Yeah, a ceremonial kick out with security and maybe put their face on like a mugshot wall, like not allowed in the stadium.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Kansas City stadium has a little jail cell in it. That would be pretty sweet.
That would be awesome. And to that, I think, going on a little bit earlier in the video, I said about Aaron Rodgers' drama. I think Pat Mahomes can learn something from Aaron Rodgers. We all know Aaron Rodgers pretty much kicked his family out of the football picture. Pat Mahomes needs to as well.
Can you imagine how much could be raised on behalf of charity if there was some sort of an event where you got to like throw like a pie or like rotten fruit at Jackson Mahomes? I mean, that could raise a tremendous amount. That could solve world hunger potentially. I mean, with the amount of people I think would donate to that. So
Yes.
Maybe not world hunger, but it would make a big difference in some charity. So my number 3 pick is the Green Bay Packers, the team that Alex slighted a little bit. Aaron Rodgers is going to be back. He's going to have the long hair. He's going to be slinging the rock. The organizational dysfunction is going to be worked out, and they've got a lot of talent around him, and I'm confident that Green Bay is just going to keep on trucking.
I don't.
Alex isn't a believer, but he'll be after next season.
I don't believe that right now, but I could be wrong. You can proceed with your list.
So my number 2 pick is the Los Angeles Rams. They just have so much talent coming back, and they have plenty of experience. And I think that as some of the vets come back, I think that'll influence Aaron Donald and Sean McVay to return to defend their Super Bowl. It's just hard not to pick these guys in the top 3. They've got so much talent, and they're defending champs. So I've got them at number 2. My number 1 is the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to say Josh Allen. continues to develop. I think that they've got a pretty decent defense, and they've got some pieces with Stephon Diggs, and they have a slot receiver who's pretty good too. His name is not popping into my head right now, but
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley, that's who. Yeah, I like that guy. Cole Beasley's a good player, and I'm gonna say the one thing that they really need to do is draft a running back, because you can't have. I think Josh Allen could potentially be an even better quarterback if he didn't have to be the running back and the quarterback. And so I think if they get a running back in either the first or the second round, that would really help balance out their football team and really help them a lot. So yeah, I got and honestly, the reason the Bills, if the Bills had won that coin toss against Kansas City, they very well may have gone on to all the way to win the Super Bowl. They kind of lost because they picked heads instead of tails, I believe. But
if their defense came in at the right times in the game, maybe they wouldn't have to rely on that coin toss.
Defense wins championships.
Like I said early on in any of the videos that you hopefully watched.
All right, Alex, let's get your list.
All right, on to my top 5. At number 5, I have the San Francisco 49ers. I can't see them making that much of a drastic fall next year just because they're going to lose Jimmy G. Jimmy G was a good game manager, and he does make questionable decision making, like we all know. He's had some really iffy throws in this playoff run, but he still made it past his third team, the Green Bay Packers. Still out of them. Almost out of the Rams he got protected, but that's not the case. I don't see how Trey Lance could do any worse on a team that's got a good offense and a good stout defense and has one of the top offensive-minded coaches in the league. He doesn't have to make that many bad plays. He can make the same plays as Jimmy G made, and they're still going to be in the same spot. He might not have beat the Packers, but because Jimmy G has some good traits, but at the end of the day, I still have my 5.
Now, Alex, let me ask you this: have you been to Las Vegas recently?
Not recently, bud.
Have you put any big bets on any sports gambling websites? Maybe half your life savings or something like that.
No, I haven't, bud.
Not lately, because this is a risky take, bud. This is gambling right here at its finest. We don't know what we're gonna get with Trey Lance. Yeah, he's got Kyle Shanahan, but we've never seen the guy sling the rock other than in FCS football, I believe. So that seems like a pretty risky take to me.
Yes, but you, as a number 5 team, you can always game manage your games to have, just like San Francisco did with Jimmy G, and have him only throw 20 passes a game, and then the rest of the game you run the ball.
All right, you're on thin ice here, but I'll let you proceed.
At number 4, I have the Buffalo Bills. Concluding some of your points in your segment on the top 5, the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen cannot be in the top 1 if Josh Allen is throwing the ball, running the ball. He may as well just be the freaking receiver on the damn team too. Just toss it up and him go out there and catch it. They need to draft a running back to help him get past teams like Kansas City and the Bengals. And possibly, I don't know what he has to do to get past that heads or tails coin toss that you think that he lost by, but
he needs to work on his coin flipping prediction ability.
Maybe he needs to get a professional coin flipper instead of.
That's who they need to draft.
Yes.
A coin flip specialist.
Who knows where?
Ask the Patriots about that.
My number 3 team is the Kansas City Chiefs. They made it past the Buffalo Bills because of that coin flipping technique, they were ahead of the game and they drafted one. So that's how they won it. But their offense is a total juggernaut. Their defense has come in on their own this year. No, they have a pretty stout defense, and they just have too many weapons to just not be in the top three. My top two, number 2, is the Cincinnati Bengals, and I put them there because they have a well-rounded team. They have that defensive that can win them championships. Just fell a little bit short this year. Joe Burrow is that, you heard it here, he's the next Tom Brady. You can never bet against Joe Burrow. Yes, the offensive line is a major detriment to their team, which I hope they go and fix in the offseason. Which brings me to my number 1 team is the LA Rams, because they brought home the Lombardi. I can't see how you can put anybody over them, they brought home the trophy this year. And they have the best all-around defense. Aaron Donald might come back. We don't know. We'll see. But I'm assuming that he will be back, and their team will pretty much stay intact next year. And it'll be tough to beat them. You have anything else to add, Danny?
I'm not. I'm just reflecting on the bold rankings there.
Me too. Your bold rankings on your top 10.
Yeah, they're really going to take some time to sink in there.
Yeah, I have to sleep on this one.
You might be enlightened when you wake up in the morning.
No. All right. Thank you for watching this segment of ADD Sports. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell button. And come back and see us next week for more interesting takes. Have a good day.